What's up, gamers? Barnes here. I'm back with another RPG video. I want to start this one out with a just an informative little tidbit about a TV show, I guess, called Geek Seekers, and that's starring Jen Page and Monty Cook. I don't know much about it except I was asked to like it on Facebook, and so they have a Facebook page, and they also have a YouTube channel, and you can see a couple of the clips there on my subscription list. You'll find them, Geek Seekers. The next thing I wanted to do is give a quick review of a couple terrain pieces. The first of which is Pegasus. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. There it is. Anyway, Pegasus does molds with Hertz Arch molds, and they're pretty quality. I don't really have any problems with them. They look great. They also have this tower back here. This is a Pegasus. And they're relatively cheap, and they're good on the game table. My only problem with them is that sometimes they have sharp edges. They do give you a warning, and they chip. The next product I want to give a review on is Worn Torn Worlds, and they make different terrain pieces, walls in this case, giving the walls a review, and all their pieces are made out of rubber, and this is a graveyard piece here, and they're recycled rubber, which is really cool, so they're environmentally friendly. And the best part about it is they're made in the good old US of A, which should matter to you if you live in the West, I guess. If you live in across the ocean, you probably don't give a crap. The next thing is the Bendy's walls I gave you a look at. They come with doors. The Bendy's walls didn't work out so well. The clips broke. They have interlocking clips. I'm not going to really show them because they didn't really work out too well. But they had interlocking clips, and the clips broke. So they're made out of plastic, and they just didn't work over that well. The next thing I want to talk about is lately there's been a lot of talk about like bad role playing and new players, and there's always never trash talking between games. And basically, I just want to point out that like our hobby is relatively small comparatively to other hobbies. There's not a lot of people doing it. Now, I'm not going to say that gaming is geeky, whatever. But I think I make gaming sexy. That's just me. And just I don't think we should discourage anybody from getting into the hobby whatsoever. And I don't think like when we're out there on the internet, on a forum or on YouTube, that we should really be attacking people. We should just be attacking ideas, because it is a relatively small community, and those same authors and game designers that you may be talking about their product, they also use those sites, and they're more likely to respond if you're attacking their ideas and not themselves. And essentially, you're discouraging them too. So just be mindful of what you say out there to people, and or about people, and try to treat people in this community with respect. I guess we're a relatively small community, and it's great that there's a lot of variety in the hobby. Like there's a lot of different games. We need that to keep game shops going. Game shops wouldn't go very far with just one game. Like if they just had your favorite game in it, and so I just think we should be mindful of each other, and it's fine like if you don't want to play with inexperienced role players or something like that, but don't discourage people from the hobby or whatever. I'm not saying anybody on here does that, but just to be mindful of that. That's all I got to say about that. Next thing I want to talk about is some variations I've been using in my 3.5 game. The first is pretty common. Basically, you take a fallen foe and you turn them into difficult terrain in the sense that a 5-foot step can't be taken there. And a lot of people play this variant. Essentially, the rules say he's a helpless character, so you can just pass through. I think that really depends on the size of the creature, obviously. But I enjoy that rule. Some people don't. The next one I want to talk about is when there's no surprise and both parties are aware of each other. And I call this, I enforce the banter round, or the BS round. My players call this the come at me bro round. And at this round, I use charisma to determine initiative in which trash talking is taking place. And the exception is the villain can interact and trash talk pretty much at any time he wants before initiative starts. How do you guys? I wonder how you guys feel about that. And the next thing actually is kind of weird. I have 2 requests. I want to request videos from others in the RPG brigade that make content. I'd like to hear a video about plot immunity from Jordan, Webhead 123, and I'd like to hear a video about GM syndrome from Samwise7 RPG. I'd like to hear those guys' views about these ideas. I never really heard anybody coin those ideas in that way before, so I figured I'd let them address to the community what they were talking about before I ever added my 2 cents on it. So, and the last thing I want to talk about is over role playing. Now, I believe there's a sense of thing called over role playing where you're role playing so much that it becomes bad. Like, for instance, obviously in this hobby, there's a lot of games or settings that are based in different medias, like for instance, Star Wars or Star Trek or Lord of the Rings. All of those have a wealth of side material, like in other medias besides the game, and all those have languages, like actual physical languages that you could speak in real life. And I think that bringing that to the table at times could be problematic, especially if your character decides to be your player decides to be a pain in the ass about it. I think there's other situations of over role playing. A party of non-violent people wouldn't get very far in Dungeons and Dragons. And I just wanted to know if anybody else felt like there is such a thing as over role playing, and if they had examples of it. Because I do believe there's a spot where like role playing your character can become problematic for the game. And has anyone ever encountered that before? And how did you handle it? And that's about it. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.